have Bridgette Mill and Alexis Muellner. Thank you very much for coming. We love having you.
Oh, well, thanks. It's so
this
nice
is like your 400th time on the show,
I'm a regular.
Information. You're like a super media star guy with, you know,
with Bay News 9
and
this.
Yeah, once in a while on Bay News 9. Actually, they stopped doing the Sunday night thing with us, and they call me to talk about stories. But so anytime that they need help, we oblige. But we actually have a new media partnership with ABC Action News. In Tampa
when
Bay.
did that start?
That started last Friday morning at 5:45 a.m.
Well, you know, I'm up watching them at that time.
So yes,
I need
tune us in.
I'll look for you.
Every Friday now.
At 5:45?
Something like that, yes.
Oh, good. I'll have to watch that.
Yeah, early.
6:05.
Yeah, it's great actually for us. It extends our
morning
brand.
news starts at 5.
We're happy.
Bridgette, congratulations on your new position as publisher for the Business Journal.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Are you originally from Tampa Bay?
Yes.
Did you come here from where do you hail from?
I am not originally from Tampa Bay. I've been for about 2.5 months now. I moved here from Jacksonville, actually.
Okay.
And
Close
any
enough.
experience with the publication and its roots?
I was at the Jacksonville Business Journal for almost 8 years.
You were there before
so
Miami,
you're
right?
You got this whole thing down, right?
No, I was not a publisher. I was
so
the
you
director of
promoted.
advertising, so
Big
it was a
Good for
promotion.
you. And we have big shoes to fill.
We do. We always have big shoes
And
to
just
fill.
keep trucking and rocking and rolling on it. Arthur, how we miss Arthur?
Arthur's was heading back to England, but we're not sure what he's doing now. But I'm sure he's doing great.
And we miss him.
Sure.
Well, tell us a little bit. You came back. Your background was, I'm sorry, director of
Advertising.
Mm-hmm. How different is that than your as opposed to your current position as publisher? I mean, is it night and day? Is it apples to apples?
It's night and day. I actually grew up in the news side of it. Went to J school and thought I wanted to be a
reporter.
And a First Amendment junkie until I found out what you do first, which is writing obituaries, and I thought I'd skip that. So decided to go the advertising route instead and did broadcast for about 10 years and have been with the Business Journals for the last 8.
So that's true. You do really have to start writing obituaries. So everybody that always talks about being in there, always like, I started out writing obituaries.
I mean, it depends. I mean, everybody takes a different tack. I mean, I started in public radio and found myself in print journalism, but it depends on what you do. But the age-old thing is you start doing that kinds of stuff. And
well, you got to start at the bottom, work your way up.
Absolutely, and prove yourself.
You know, Bridgette, we know Alexis well, and we know some of his visions for the Tampa Bay Business Journal. How can you complement what he wants, or how are you reaching outside of his box, or what new things do you see? I know he's sitting right next to you and all, but
oh, well, I would say the same whether he was sitting next to me or not. Alexis has done a great job with the paper. We've made some good changes, I think, so far already, and continue hopefully to make the right changes or to keep the right things the same. The vision really is very simple. It's to continue providing information that you can't get anywhere else. And as long as we do that, we're delivering a service that nobody else is. So.
And the 3 o'clock news alerts are going to continue. They're going to get fatter. Are they going to just stay the same, kind of keep trucking as they're going?
They can't get much fatter.
They can't. I mean,
they're thick. But
frankly, we lead. In terms of the volume of news, we're posting stuff there all day long. We try to get there early and reflect what's happening today. Essentially, tomorrow's business page now. I mean, it's free. It's a no-brainer. And we send it out to about more than 11,000 people every day at 3 o'clock. And people love this email, and we hustle for it. It's a lot of breaking news. That's our goal.
I mean, you guys had a huge breaking story today that nobody knew about until I got home at 6 or 7 to watch Bay News 9 or the local media. Why don't you talk a little bit about how you guys got that story out so quickly?
Well, which one? I've been running around
I'm talking about the property tax one.
Yeah, well, that's partly being really right on distribution lists and having reporters that are talking to people and making sure, in an organic way that we're, in the right places and trying to respond quickly. Because, news is important if you hear it first. And a lot of people from the daily email like you will get that and link through it and realize that this is the first place and realize that the Business Journal is a source for relevant breaking news that, that you can either use to grow your business or evolve your understanding of the market or just, be entertained for a little while. I mean, that's the goal.
And it's not only just about, while it is the Tampa Bay market and it centers on that, it also brings all the other things in from national news that help make or break and enhance our market.
Yeah, and in fact, our website is not necessarily. I mean, it has a lot of regional connection, but I had a call a couple months ago from somebody in Haifa, Israel, who had just seen something that we'd posted, and it's multinational. So when we're thinking about what we're posting there, we keep that in mind as well.
If you do something for one publication, do you do it for each of the markets? Like with the 3 o'clock news alerts or news updates, does Jacksonville do the same thing?
Some of the stuff is national. It's not all that way. They do give us the autonomy to make the decisions for our own local markets, but that is one of the things that's definitely national.
Yeah, I mean, we have the beauty of being a very local organization, but having the advantage of being a part of a national news organization.
You help supplement what you guys have already.
And we'll localize the information for us.
Which is, now, when you get to be like, when you come up with something, right? And you guys are like, I got it here, and this is good, and new, and great, right? Or a spin on something that's been done before. You know, it pretty much usually
we can add depth and analysis where others don't, which is a good thing.
But you knock it out, you break out. Would Tampa Bay be a test market for something that you'd want to break out through all of your change, and then they go and grab it, or do you like?
Are we one of the larger
do you get a little
markets?
ownership? Like you guys get a little bit of chest pounded. Oh, yes, that was from down here. Kind of thing?
Absolutely. We do that in a lot of the markets, and it bubbles up, and we share it with each other, and then you'll see it start to show up across the nation.
You know, I know we have to take our next break in a couple of seconds, but what's next for the Business Journal? Are you doing any kind of podcasts, or I mean, I know that digital
media,
is here.
Embracing new media,
We're doing this.
Exactly.
Well, no, we're not talking about the pinnacle of new media.
I mean,
sorry.
with the advent of iPhones that are out now, I mean, and even iPods and all that stuff. Is there any new?
Well, the company's certainly always innovating, and if you look at its various markets, they're experimenting. They have in-house broadcast reporters. Our Washington D.C. paper has an in-house studio where they produce a daily video, and they're beginning to do some podcasting. I know we have some ideas about that, but we're focused on media partnerships and being ahead of the curve, and we have this wealth of talent that we can draw from and beg, borrow, and steal great ideas.
Sure.
And our company is really innovative that way. They promote from within, and they bring people and develop the people side of it. And we also look for innovative ways to make sure that our brand is secure and that we also have local autonomy. And there's all those things relate to new media.
You've been doing a great job in the last 3 years now, since you've been.
Yes, since August of 2004.
August. I was almost right on.
There you go.
That
You're
was
almost
pretty
Not
good.
days anymore. You're like in a years.
75 days, August of 2004.
75 days.
I'm still counting days.
Yeah.
Bridgette, congratulations on your new
Yes.
position.
Thank
I
you.
mean, I'm sure you're going to do wonderful things for us.
Well, it's a community. That's what you are going to do it for us.
It's
Absolutely.
great.
Do you have any contact information that you want to share?
Oh, wow. I already...
Business Journal.
bizjournals.com, tampabay.bizjournals.com obviously is a great way to reach us, and certainly the daily emails make this the infamous, because people will meet me and say, oh, I get an email from you every day.
And they're free.
And they're free.
And they're a no-brainer. So,
I
and
think
our
that's
website,
great.
there's all sorts of contact information under editorial services. You can find what reporters cover what, and Bridgette's email certainly goes out, so you can contact her or me or anybody on our staff, because we like hearing from people, and we like
What
scoops
makes
and
it
news
good.
and
It's
tips.
the communication part of it all.
But that's organic journalism. It's
Yes.
enterprise journalism. It's the way it should be. So.
Well, thank you both. Congratulations. We hope to have you back on the show soon.